Hey, welcome back to Alien Rest Mod, and as you can see, the vehicle is back together and it's gray. Let's go ahead and go over the list of stuff I have to do. Prime 2K, check. I need to do the gaps. I need to do inventory, and I need to sand this down, prep for painting, and what type of engine. I have no idea. I have an idea, but I'm running into a lot of roadblocks. So let's go over this real quick, where I'm at and what I'm going to do. Like I said, as you can see, the car is primed with two-part epoxy primer, and to me it looks great. I redid the roof, did the doors, I did all the quarter panels up front, and all the sheet metal up front, the hood, and I put everything back on. I still need to, I'm gonna have to take this stuff off again, but I started doing the gaps. And I ran into a lot of problems because I started with the doors, which was not a problem. And the doors, doing it by yourself sucks. I'm just going to say that, But one thing, before you even start the doors, when you're putting the subframe connected to the main body, something I didn't do, and it did turn out to be helpful, is you need to put in guide bolts. What I'm talking about are these. All right, we're underneath, and this is the front body mount, and to the left, right there, is the guide bolt. I think it's 5/8 guide bolt, and all it is just a hole. There's no threads, so I put a nut up on top so it'd hold it in. And it's just to help you guide the subframe and mounting it to the body to get it straight. That's the biggest issue. After you get these subframe mounts in and that guide bolt, don't torque them down just yet. Measure from the center here all the way to the front wheel. Also do it on the other side to make sure they're the same. And then you can go ahead and torque it down. Also, you can measure from the subframe over to where the rocker panel ends right here. So you measure from this point over here, and then just move on down and just keep measuring. And then measure on the other side. If it comes out the same, you're pretty much straight on the subframe. So you should actually do that first before you start to gap your doors. It'll help a lot in gapping the doors and further on down the way when you do your quarter panels and all that. So that's where I'm at. And I also looked online. There are a lot of ways of gapping, and I'm just going to have to take everybody's knowledge and use it all. I've been trying to gap, like by myself, and it's really hard to move the door by yourself. But I did see a guy did have paint sticks, and so I went to Lowe's and got a bunch of paint sticks, and it really works. So I can shut the door and it kind of holds it in there, but it's pretty straight. I mean, it doesn't dip or anything. And I did the same thing for the other side. I know I still have to do gapping and everything. The gaps on the bottom are a little big and it's twisted and everything, and that's going to take me a long time. So I decided to move on to something that I would feel to be progress. So, and it might be redundant, but I pulled everything down that I have, and I'm going to put it on the car. The problem is I don't know what I have. So, and a lot of these things I'm not going to use because they're broke, or like this is I'm pretty sure it's a fuel line or brake line, or probably a brake line. I'm not going to reuse this. I'm going to get braided brake lines. I don't know. It's just me. Because I looked at some of the packing material, 2003. So when I bought the car, this is how I bought it. Beat me up all you want, but that's what I did. But, this is off a Nova. 73 Nova. It'd probably fit, but I don't think I'm going to use it. I'm not going to use this. I want to use rack and pinion, but anyways, I'm going to go ahead and try and put all this on as much as I can and see what I have, so I know what I need to buy, and or look on Craigslist. But that's what I plan on doing. Also, here's a couple questions. Just to tell you what I'm going to do with the vehicle is I'm going to paint this. My wife and I saw on Counts Customs, they used Brandywine candy or whatever. I went to House of Color online, picked up a can of their Brandywine candy base coat. Did a couple test panels, and I don't know. I think it would come out better if it was, I don't know. I'm just gonna have to go and find I'm sure there's like 1,000 different Brandywines out there, but I like this one. It's darker, but it came from the same can. It's just that it was black underneath, and I don't know. This is stripped, primered with just filler primer, and then painted over, and this has clear coat over it. But that's too reddish for me. I like that kind of, I guess, like a dark cherryish looking color. I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right, my big question to you guys is about the engine. I've been fishing around looking for an engine for probably 6 months on what kind of engine I'm going to put in here. I see everybody online doing LS, going to 302s, or I mean just a standard engine that came with it. I don't want to do that. I want to put something efficient in here, something that gets 30 miles to the gallon. And one thing that Camaro put out between 2012 and 2014 was that V6 in their base model. It got 30 miles to the gallon and it had 323 horses. I was like, that's all I'm looking for. I'm not racing this. This is going to be not a really daily driver, but I'm going to drive it all the time. I plan to drive over everywhere with it. It's going to be a fun driving car. But the problem I'm coming into is I don't think they make brackets to mount to these engine mounts for that type of engine. It's a 3.6 liter V6. I think it's LFX, but I mean, I could probably just go with the LS3. Holly Performance has really great videos on it to, pull it out of a Tahoe, put an LS3 in there, and put all their Holly stuff on and make it cool. But I really don't want to do that. I don't want a V8. I want a V6. I want something that's going to get 30 miles a gallon, not 19. But that's my question to you. What do you think? And if you guys know anything out there about, the engine, I'd appreciate it. But anyways, that's where I'm at and what I need to do. So I'm going to get started. It's going to take me a while, probably put everything on. But then it might not, because I'm not going to use a lot of it. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Alien Resto Mod Garage.